A very happy deadline day to you guys today. Of course, the transfer window is nearly closed, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see which clubs sign which players over the next few hours. Now, a week or so ago, I put a video out with some of the transfers that had already happened in January that EA had made and changed players into their new clubs and stuff like that on FIFA 16 Ultimate Team. I'm going to go through another whole batch of about 5 different days worth of transfers that EA put into Ultimate Team, and I'm going to pick out like the standout players that I think that you guys should keep a watch on. 1, if you're opening packs, you want to know if you've got a new transferred item, and 2, the ones which look overpowered and just decent, and ones that are certain league changes which make things a lot more interesting on the game. So my plan is to go through these players here today and then take note of what happens over deadline day, which is obviously of course today, and see those transfers roll in a few days time onto Ultimate Team, and then I'll do one more episode of this to let you know if any big moves happened on the big day. So the first player we need to talk about today is this guy. His name is Gary Hooper. He's an Englishman, moved his way into the Championship, now playing for Sheffield Wednesday. Of course, an Englishman in the second tier of English football means that you're going to get the opportunity for nice strong links in the league. You can put him up front with another English player from the Championship and things will be good. Now, the next player we're going on to today is Victor Valdez. There is never ever going to be this whole De Gea or Valdez troll pack where you think you're packing De Gea, but actually you're getting the other Spanish goalie for Man United, Victor Valdez. He has, of course, moved his way into the Belgian league for Standard Liège, I believe that badge is. And, of course, he is still 82 rated. He's the same card, but he's just now playing in a different league. And that's a very odd one. I feel like his value is now going to be coming down because a BPL version of Valdez is worth more than one in the Belgian Pro League. I mean, who's he really going to link to? Next up today, a big one for Newcastle fans, of course. Andros Townsend has moved from Spurs to Newcastle United, and in terms of chemistry it doesn't do too much to Ultimate Team, but it's one of the bigger moves that has happened so far in the window. And of course he's a very overpowered player on the game. 89 pace, 80 dribbling, left footed on that right hand side with the ability to cut in. Of course, he's a very good player on the game, and if you're a Newcastle fan, I reckon you're probably quite happy right now. Next up today, it's a player that I haven't ever really heard of, if I'm honest, but we've got a position change as well as a club change for this guy, Sergej Gakpe. I feel like I might have butchered that name completely. However, going from a right midfielder to a striker and changing clubs in the same league, I believe he's still playing in the Serie A for Atalanta right now. It's a good option. It's a very overpowered, sweaty option if you're looking for a low-rated gold who's got 91 pace. Oh God, I'm just thinking you could actually put that up front with Doumbia. That might be a really, really sweaty move though. And on the complete opposite of what we just talked about, a right midfielder going up to a striker, we've got actually a striker being moved to a left midfielder. So not quite the position change that people probably would have wanted to see. However, Bifuma has moved into the French Ligue 1 and is now a left midfielder. I don't know if that's a great option or not, but it's a league change which is quite good, quite positive if you're looking for a very cheap, very fast Ligue 1 side. Another transfer to note is of course Ashley Cole moving his way over to the MLS to play for LA Galaxy. He's not that quick anymore and I wouldn't really recommend using him, but it is a strong link of course for the likes of Stevie G and Frank Lampard and that sort of stuff. Another option to add into your MLS squads. Now next up today, we've got a very, very rare player. It is Cristian Tello. Tello has got this Barcelona card, right? So originally playing for Porto, he's now got the transferred card for Barcelona, but I'm pretty sure he's been loaned straight out to, is it Fiorentina? I hope so anyway. If not, I'm making a complete mess of this. So really, he shouldn't have this Barca card, and therefore people have been paying his maximum price. He was an extinct player. Let's just see. Is he extinct right now? Is he extinct? Is he extinct? Oh no, there's actually loads of him now. However, you look at the price that he's holding, like 5k right now. So he's a relatively expensive card, and I'm going to be picking myself up one. In fact, I might go and pick one up in a moment, because in reality I don't think he should be having this item, and I think it will be removed from packs, replaced with a Fiorentina version, so there's going to be less of this around than really we think there should be. So my advice would be to pick one of these guys up if you're actually interested in using him, and of course if you can see one cheap enough. I don't think he's probably worth 5k, but he might become one of the rarer players if he does get this Fiorentina card. However, bear in mind it's likely that he will have a Barcelona item once again in the summer. Next up, we've got a bit of a gem of a silver today. Mauricio has moved to Zenit, and look at the stats on this guy's card. They're absolutely immense. The only one under 70 is of course that dribbling there, but I think he'll still be a great role, or a great player should I say, in a CDM role. Of course, moving to the Russian league, there's a lot more talent there. He would be a perfect link, of course, for Hulk, the other Brazilian who plays for Zenit. So that's a good option for your hybrids in future. One to note for sure. Then we've got Jurasic, someone that I've actually always really enjoyed using on the game. I used him in a sort of starter budget team so far this year. Moved to the Belgium league. I'm not sure how important that is or if you're really going to want to use him, but he's a player that I very much enjoy on the game. Then we've got El Shaarawy, of course, moving back to the Serie A to play for Roma. So of course you could have him and Doumbia in the same squad, which is kind of cool. But don't forget, Doumbia has actually now moved to Newcastle. He's one that I'll focus on in the next episode of this type of video, when all of the deadline day transfers actually get put on to the game. But El Shaarawy moving back to the Serie A, that's a great option. There's never that many amazing options out on the wings in the Serie A, so I think putting El Shaarawy back in there, that's brilliant. I really look forward to picking this guy up and using him with some other Italian players to get the strong links. Of course, he has been previously playing in the French Ligue 1. Second to last player in today's video then, we've got Giuseppe Rossi. He has moved his way into the Spanish League, so we've got an Italian striker in the Spanish League. That's always going to be good for hybrids. He's a very, very good player on this game as well, with the 82 pace, 84 dribbling and 83 shooting, and left foot of dreams. I love this guy. He's got a cracking shot on him. Real tricky little striker up front. Definitely someone that you could get into a hybrid. There was also a transfer for Levante. I think his name was Cuero, who goes out on the right wing, a very pacey Silva. Someone to link up to this guy, I think. I think we've got some good things that could possibly happen in the La Liga. Hybriding things back to the Serie A, perhaps with the Italian players. There's lots of options. And then today's final player, we have to end it on this lad, Adebayor you could call him. Emmanuel Adebayor has of course signed for Crystal Palace in the BPL. A move for, I mean, his item was Tottenham and now it's Crystal Palace, so it's not particularly a big one, but actually it's a 4-star skiller, 6'3" player that could link to Yannick Bolasie, which is quite a good thing. Other than that, I can't imagine he's that amazing on Ultimate Team anymore. He used to be pretty good. He used to be sort of like that Ibra style presence of player, big, strong, able to hold the defenders off, and he had a bit of a shot on him as well. Not so sure anymore because I haven't actually used him this year, but it's one to note for sure. And those are your transfers that we've talked about today. Those are from the last sort of 3 or 4 batches on Ultimate Team. These are the ones that I think are the standouts and that you guys should perhaps think about picking up if you do like them on the game, especially Teo, because it's likely that he will be getting, of course, another transferred card, and this Barca one being removed from packs. So that's the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. I'll get another episode out for you guys in a few days time with all the deadline day transfers coming into Ultimate Team. Thank you so much for watching. If you could subscribe to my channel if you're new, that would be awesome. Catch you next time, boys. Peace.